Hey guys, today we'll be reviewing Justin Tang versus Shiliang Tang at San Antonio Finals. Um, and I'm Justin Tang, aka you're a San Antonio Regional Champion. Yeah, so I just got back from San Antonio not so long ago. Yesterday morning, I got back, and it's been a lot traveling. My flight got delayed. I missed my first flight, and yeah, I've been so tired. So sorry about the lack of upload. I would have gotten this out sooner. No Medicap recap for this week because I feel like everyone else has already done it, and gonna focus this week on the San Antonio. I recapped myself, like of my run, and I have a team report coming out soon with Shiliang when he's available. But in the meantime, we'll be reviewing my final set. Um, so let's look at this. So I booked this fight last minute, actually starting off, and this is because of this team. This team is broken, and I was feeling really good for this tournament. I booked this flight maybe 2 weeks before the actual tournament in San Antonio. And the team, here consists of Urshifu, Rory Moon, Among Us, Lando, Cali Ice, Agripon. I said Cali Ice was washed, but this is a false agenda. Pushing things like Groudon and telling people that that's the sauce, but in reality, it's always Ice Rider believer. It's broken. We cracked it. We literally cracked it. Tail Room is what we call it. Having that fast move Tailwind and knock off pressure to beat Shadow Rider, which Ice Rider hates, is so good. And then Lando Ursh, insane in the speed control, and then double redirect to support your Ice Rider is really, really strong. And of course, this team was worked on by me and Shiliang and a few of our building group. Nicholas Donnelly also top cut with his team. William made day 2 with it, and it's also one Birmingham seniors. So yeah, a really, really strong team that we came up with here, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. Shiliang, of course, this is the exact mirror. From what I heard, this is the first exact mirror since 6 years ago versus Ashton and Jeremy Rodriguez. In a Lunala mirror is what they had. So it's been a very, very long time. I know actually Agati and Sebastian for one of the earlier Reg H regionals had one too, but it wasn't a complete exact mirror because they had different sets. This is the first like exact mirror down to the EVs, and of course same 6. So yeah, really cool to make history here, and to do it with my best buddy here, the best team builder in the world. We've been working together since 2023 Worlds, and haven't stopped since. And first time we also had an insane run together. It's usually either me or him going the furthest, and then this is the first time we made it at the same finals, of course, and in opposite sides of bracket, which is amazing. But yeah, going to the games. The mirror is strange. We both had a different approach to this. Like, we both led Urshifu. My logic behind Urshifu Lando was Lando's Urshifu is usually what I do versus most Ice Rider mirrors in practice. And this is because with that Terra Water Lando, you resist their Urshifu, and you also resist their Ice Rider. I also knew that the Life Orb Lando that I have here hits basically the whole team. So with Terra Water, I can save on Ursh and I KO it back. I leave my Urshifu to pressure his Ice Rider or also pressure his Rory Moon here. So yeah, very safe Earth power on my part. And you see I'm hovering over close combat, but I decide to Concerted Strikes to cover for the Rory Moon Terra. Which he decides not to. This is actually my character here, Terran first. So this shows that Shiliang didn't actually decide to Terra the Moon. And yeah, he sets up Tailwind, which made sense. I kind of realized that I'll probably be a little behind after I get this trade because he will be moving first. The good part is now he doesn't have Urshifu in Tailwind. So after this, I can safely protect my Mons without worrying about Urshifu getting KO'ing me back. And I can try stall Tailwind turns from here. I have 3 turns to stall. So gotta make my best to try to stall the Tailwind turns and try to outbulk his offense right now. And if just a CC, I probably would have been a good spot. But maybe not, because he gets a free stop to both his sweepers. So it was a little bit hard to say. Yeah, so yeah, CC would have been so bad if he just Terra Flying. I would have got like no value, and then I'm Acrobat Reigns because I already Terra Water my Lando. So I felt like Surgeon Strikes was my safest play. He reveals his Ice Rider, and this is a pretty tricky situation, but now that Urshifu's not here, I can just go for a double protect like I mentioned. He's just going to go for 2 attacks here. As you see here, like I also have my own Roaring Moon and Cal in the back. My idea with Roaring Moon in the back was to kind of clean up late game. He had a different approach of just leading it straight up to get that early speed control, which makes sense because in the mirror, you want to try to avoid speed ties, and if you have that speed control first, he's always moving first, which makes sense. But yeah, double protect, very, very safe on my part. No way to punish that with no Ursh. He reveals the knockoff and the Glacial, trying to move my Landers as fast as possible, which kind of gets in my head a little bit, as you'll see this next turn. I think that this is probably the biggest mistake I've made in this set. This next turn here, because he clicked knockoff Glacial, I was thinking that he would click it again and remove my Landers, because Landers, in my opinion, looked like the biggest threat. So I attempt a double protect here, and I go for Surgeon Strikes on the Kali. In hindsight, this was not my best play, because like it was basically calling out for him to do that one particular play again, which he can obviously mix it up, and I didn't think he would actually Terror the Roaring Moon, because Terror the Roaring Moon makes a lot of sense here for that Terror Acrobatics to put Urshifu into glacial range, and that's basically what he does here. You can see him like nodding my head back and forth because I got the call wrong, and basically what I should have done this turn was this double attack, because Shiliang here cannot claim a double knockout. By going for a protect, I get no damage on Ice Rider, and I just lacking damage, right? So this was just a really bad protect. I was going too hard on that one play for him to do again, which he didn't. And the worst part is the Ice Rider is faster than my Ursh, so get no damage at all this turn, failed protect, and he gets +1. So I kind of need a miracle to come back this game. A really awful turn on my part. Should have played that one better. At this point, I failed to protect, so I'm going to attempt another one because Landers is now in glacial range at +1. I go for another protect, and I just want to remove the moon. By removing his moon, I will have my own speed control in the back, which he doesn't know I have Roaring Moon back at this point, because I think if he probably thinks that if I had it, I would have let it. As you see here, he just goes for knockoff to get damage on a horse, and I am able to live and trade back. But now he doesn't have any more Tailwind, which is good on my part. Yeah, if you actually just high horsepower, I probably would have gotten KO'd as well. And that's actually a mistake. Like based off that damage too, Glacial did so much. I just that +1. Like I kind of wish I paid attention to that glacial damage there, because that would give me a better endgame option. Because he's gonna reveal the Ogre Pawn, and you see what I mean by that later with the glacial damage. Because I did not play this game 1 as cleanly. There's a lot I had to get right and better, and just know my calculations better. Honestly, like this whole tournament, I was kind of playing off vibes, like making plays that I thought were right, and kind of just going by ear, just because like I knew the team, but like sometimes it's hard to remember all the information, especially this late into a tournament. Your brain's starting to get a little fried. I think that set with Dalway kind of cooks me mentally, so use all my brain power there. The reason why I say that is because if I overpowered the Lando that one turn, I wouldn't have the Sandseer crit. The Sandseer crit makes him in range of a Glacial Lance now. That was a really big crit. I am +1 Glacial, and because I got the crit, I can bring up my Moon, which I didn't reveal yet, and click Tail on Glacial. So yeah, that crit was pretty big. Sandseer probably would have done like around 40, and he would have been probably like around here. And yeah, just got pretty lucky. With like made 2 big mistakes here. And yeah, this is where I mess up. I go for Acro and high horsepower. This is just honestly me just having a brain fart, just kind of forgetting the interaction, and also forgetting that damage he did with me early. He was also +1. We saw how much I did. So Tail on Glacial for sure would have KO'd him. But I decided to risk a speed tie here by going for Acro. And even risking high horsepower here, it was always just supposed to click Glacial. Just Glacial Tailwind would have won the game off rip. But I risked the 50-50 in the end game. And it wouldn't have even been in this 50-50 if I didn't crit his Calyrex. So there were basically two misplays there, right? Not clicking Earth Power and Lando, and then turn I went for a double protect. And then that turn there, not clicking Tailwind. So two mistakes. He sees me explain myself, and he's like, "What are you talking about, bro?" He's definitely just judging me hard because the play didn't really make much sense in his head, which makes sense. And I'm trying to explain like, "Bro, I didn't know the calc. I thought this was the right play," and then we kind of nodded off. So yeah. And we're all talking about it. It's just like this match still doesn't feel real. I mean, like, I still can't believe we pulled the right bracket for us to be in finals. Usually there's an earlier team kill. Like, he team killed me at Worlds at 4-2. Here we are in finals, and won the best stream experience I've ever had. I still am so happy. Let's skip through it a bit. And yeah, for adjustments, the adjustments, I wasn't sure what to do exactly besides going for the tail myself, because I like the adjustment, the lead that Shiliang had. Just move versus the mirror is so strong. So I realized that I knew he would lead Moon still, so I want to get rid of my own horse. The only way I can really pin his Roaring Moon is with Glacial Lance, because Roaring Moon is weak pre-Terra and after Terra, with Terra flying and that dragon typing. So he's no way to get around this, besides protect, basically. And I've realized that, he's not going to protect this turn because he wants Tailwind up. And I know I can do this safely because even if I lose a Tailwind speed tie, Booster Moon underneath Tailwind, if he sets up Tailwind first, and I don't get it, I'm still faster because I have that booster speed. This is because our Urshifu is only 129 speed, very bulky. So I knew I'd be able to outspeed it. So I was not worried about moving less at all. And I believe that this is actually the main speed tie, or only speed tie Shiliang is really winning. I think the game one, I won basically every speed tie, so that's actually kind of funny. Not like it matters too. He won like the most important speed tie with Tailwind. And yeah, Ice Freddy's just like a champ. I'm gonna get my KO and get my +1, which is really nice. The only issue is that the Surgeon Shark actually did a lot to my horse. So I'm actually in range of a Terra Surgeon the following turn, which is quite awkward. At this point though, I'm thinking that even if he does do that, if he has that Landorus in the back with the horse, I think that like I can get the free swap. So like this turn, I'm expecting him to Terra Surgery my Calyrex and Glacial Lance with the Roaring Moon. I get knock off on him, and then I got a free double swap, and I can outpace him in endgame. Because if I got this knockoff, he's in range of Surging, and then he gets rid both, and I have Landers back to Earth Powers Ursh, and basically kind of just revenge sweep was my general game plan. That's what I hoped at least. Shiliang is going to reveal a pretty cool tech in the back, one I didn't expect. I go for knockoff. He does kill my Calyrex, which makes sense. So I can't be glacialing anymore, and because I am +1, so you want to remove the threat. Also covers for Roaring Terra. You don't want to risk CC for no reason. This is a guaranteed KO, so this made the most sense for him. Shiliang is actually going to reveal Trick Room this turn. By clicking Trick Room, it's kind of awkward. He kind of baited me. Like, we both match a Tailwind, but by revealing Trick Room, his horse is still alive, so he has the slowest Pokemon in the field right now. Both Ursh and Cal underspeed my Moon, so they'd be moving first to Trick Room, and I'm forcing by my own Ursh to be speed tying with his own Urshifu right now. I still thought I would be okay though, because Calyrex is in Surgeon Strike's range, and even though it's +1, he has no way to actually kill my Ursh, unless he high horsepower CCs me, but he would need to win the speed tie. And I'm trying to count the turns now. 4 turns to sell Trick Room, potentially, because I have my Landorus in the back, so a little bit awkward, because Urshifu underspeeds Lando. Our Lando was 138, Urshifu was 129. So I'm thinking he was just going to Glacial, plus like Surging. So I decided to go for a Protect on the Glacial. Protect ends up being useless because he actually swaps to Among Us here. So really smart, kind of calling me out that I wouldn't bring Heart Flame to redirect Spore because I didn't do it game 1. and he baits my my protect. So he's able to CC kill my Roaring Moon. So yeah, really smart bait on his part, and now this is basically game losing for me, right? Among Us is on the field, I don't have any Spore switch-ins, and this is in a really bad spot. So yeah, this is not looking great for me. I still have Water Terra Lando though, so it's like negative, but I have to get one particular turn right, and the turn is the Spore turn. So to put in perspective, let's find a better turn here. So Among Us here, right, can only Spore 2 targets. I have double protect, or protect in either slot, so he would have to call the correct protect slot. One thing to mention though is my Urshifu has taunt. With taunt Urshifu, the obvious play I can do is protect my Landorus and taunt the Among Us. But if he, protect my Ursh because he's reading taunt into it. But then if he spores my Ursh and I protect, my Landorus will with Earth Power kill his Urshifu. And if I do that, he will have no damage to kill my double water types because Ice Rider's in the back. So it's a true 50-50 in some sense for the Spore target. But I go for Terra Water, Protect Lando. And with this, it covers Surging plus Spore in a slot. And it's also like even though it's technically 50-50, this is a play that most people won't see, because who is Terra Watering plus protecting in front of an Urshifu, right? Protecting a Terra in front of Urshifu is like a really strange play, but it covers for Among Us. And I think like, even though I'm going for the coin flip here, it's like my most optimum play in my opinion, because I'm kind of behind in this set, so I got to make a really, really big Spore turn call. Go for the protect. And Shiliang clicks Spore on the Lendo. So I get the turn perfectly correct. And just like that, I'm back in the game. And I have a chance to win now. If I didn't get this right, I think Shiliang would have won that spot, and we would have had a game 3. It's still not over though, because we're still playing Speed Ties. So I got the coin flip on the Spore turn. Now I need to win the coin flip on the Speed Tie, because our Urshifus are both Speed Tie each other in Trick Room. So Landorus, is kind of stuck in the field. And if I'm able to CC this Urshifu first, I should win the game. And yeah, at this point I just double the Ursh, just in case I lose the Speed Tie. If I lose the Speed Tie, I probably, I probably still lose anyways, because it'll be Lando under Trick Room versus Among Us Cali if he wins the Speed Tie, and that'd be pretty rough. But I still tapped it, and I win. And this is huge, right? Shiliang can't even click Rage Powder anymore to protect his Ursh because I taunted it, so that was basically his best play at that point. Maybe he should have side Pollen. I don't know if Urshifu lives still, unless maybe I crit him. Maybe that Palm Puff was actually a mistake on the Lando, because I think that CC killed Lando anyway from that range. I'm not entirely sure. He definitely Palm Puff there to confirm it though. The KO, he wasn't sure either. This turn's a little bit weird. He's obviously going for the Self Pollen here to get his Ice Rider back, but my Landorus is very low, so I go for Protect, and I go for Surge in Among Us. I think this was an okay play, but I probably should have checked actually the taunt turns Among Us. I actually forgot there's only 1 or 2 turns left, because what I'm risking here is a crit on Urshifu, right? And yeah, you just go for the side Pollen, because that's the only play you can really make at this point, to make the Ice Rider try to win the endgame. And he actually gets the read right. He reads my Protect, high horsepower to Ursh, and I actually end up living at -1. If he crit me though, I might actually just lost. So I probably should have just checked that check the taunt turns and to see if it was worth going for the double protect. If I go for double protect and the taunt wears off, that's actually bad for me. So that's why I'm surging. But I didn't even check the taunt Among Us, so maybe I clicked a little bit too fast. At this point, it's Ice Rider versus double water, and as long as this kills, I win. If I don't get this knockout with power surging, Calyrex has the potential to revenge kill with Glacial. Yeah, 1. And it looks because I wasn't even sure until the second hit. At this point, yeah, it's in the red, and I knew it was up, and yeah, had the pop of the year. yeah, it's amazing. Been working really hard for this, and yeah, I'm just glad it finally happened. It's been 2 years of playing now, and you know, I've been close to getting the third medal for a while, but was out finally able to do it, and I'm just really happy. It still does feel real. Like, look at this. Wow, 3 medals here. This is the 23 one, 23 one, and then the new medal here. Look, has that nice red, nice tint here. It's really pretty. But yeah, that's gonna be it, I guess. It still doesn't feel real, but I'm happy to have this moment. It's the happiest I've been in a long time. So yeah, pretty speechless. But thought it'd be funny to review my finals. You know, Justin Tang, reacting to Justin Tang winning San Antonio. Figure out maybe that might be the title. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, team report coming out soon. Probably Thursday night or Friday. I'm recording with Shiliang around that time, and I'll make sure to let you guys know. For the future, I'll figure out some more content. Probably will make another video revolving in San Antonio. There was so much talk about this run, and yeah, I'm not sure what comes from here, but hopefully there'll be more wins in the future. I have London next, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you so much for the support as well. I was reading all the comments I got from my community post, and even people commenting on videos before about some of my Ice Riders Wash video, etc. I find it really funny. But yeah, just so much love, and I appreciate it very much. But catch you guys later. Thank you very much again.